things before I start. So first of all, I didn't come from Dubai. I came from Porbandar, Gujarat. So I'm a Gujarati. So, Kem Cho? Well, I'm based in Dubai, but been overseas for many years. I was in Singapore for 13, 14 years, and then last 6 to 7 years I've been in Dubai, leading the global chemical segment, but I'm hardcore one of you guys here, okay? Now, second thing is, I'm between you and the next break, so I'll take 30 minutes to get on with our conversation. And I'll try to represent the wider picture of Schneider. So as at the start we said that Aviva is, of course, the wider part of the overall Schneider as a company. Schneider as a company is a energy and an automation company. Is a 34 billion company. We operate in around 100 countries, and the larger portfolio is around 22 billion is on the energy side, and the remaining 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 million is on the industrial automation or software. Now, one good thing about Schneider is that it's quite a balanced company, which means we operate in all the 4 regions almost equally. So roughly, if you see, roughly around 25 to 30% is our business. So our focus has been quite balanced across all the globe when it comes to the customer access. Now, before I go into how do we enable the chemical plants of the future, one thing I want to ensure that we as a company have around 220 manufacturing plants. So while we are serving your facilities, we also manufacture. So we have around 220 plants, out of which around 10 to 12 plants have been the lighthouse plants nominated by the World Economic Forum. We also buy plastics from the customers. So we have the mandate to buy green and become green by 2030. 50% of our raw material that we buy for our manufacturing will be also coming from the green sources. So we are one of the top recognized companies when it comes to sustainability. So if you can see all the statistics, we have reduced our energy consumption by 35% across all our manufacturing. We have reduced by our water consumption by 30% across all our facilities. And then we keep on using and reusing the renewable source of energy for our manufacturing. So this is the wider perspective of Schneider as a company. We walk the talk. So I don't come to your facilities asking you to do things in a certain way. We practice in our own backyard. And I invite you to one of our lighthouse factories. Whenever you visit, you'll see a lot what that Naveen was talking about and then we spoke about in the morning. We do practice in our own backyard as well. So this is something I wanted to start with. Now, very quickly, I think, Naveen and Rupam have given a pretty, Ajit has given a very strong, view of what is happening in the industry, right? We are in the stage of transformation, and more and more chemical customers that I talk to, they are talking about transformation. Either they are diversifying or they are transforming. They want digital roadmap. There's a huge pressure, especially post-COVID, on the availability of feedstock. I was with a customer talking about what we can do, and he said, Irfan, my first issue is material wastage. So how do I really use my raw material and utilize and improve the efficiency so I don't need a lot of raw material. I do not have to worry about material wastage, and of course I waste to recycle and so on. So there's a lot more pressure coming up on the industries now to improve the overall efficiency. Okay, and then there's a lot of pressure also to the companies like you that there are many more players coming up. So there are many, as I drive across this geography and we go any part, I was in China. There are so many chemical customers coming up, and then you also have a pressure to also compete in the market that you are serving. So that brings more pressure on you to how to be more effective, how to be more efficient, how to do the best in class, and how to be sustainable. So I think this is the equilibrium that we'll have to think of before we jump into what should be the real chemical plant of the future, right? So I'll quickly go into that, and before going into that, a synonym, because most of us come from 25, 30, 40 years in the industry, and we have seen a lot of, I was lucky to see the pneumatic controllers, and then coming in from the stage where it was on Unix systems and DOS systems. So we have seen a lot of things evolving over the time. Now, when you look at what is available today, we have the technology that are available. We have the big data, we have cloud, we have AI, and we are implementing AI in the operational side, as Naveen was demonstrating so nicely end of the session. But there's a lot more pressure, now more in the last 5 years, for us to bring these technologies to the industry. A lot more is available on our mobile phones, but we need to bring these technologies in the operational setup. This is a bigger challenge. The way Schneider is doing this is threefold. We call it industrial triad. So with keeping the sustainability at the core of our offering, we have first the Aviva, the software the offering that we spoke in the morning today. Strong value to any customer we speak to, and we have end-to-end solutions right from a design to till you operate and optimize. But then the second piece is automation, or automating the plants to bring a very clear focus on optimizing the energy. And third is the overall energy optimization, which is our wider Schneider portfolio on what we can do with the energy side. So it's the power of software, the power of automation, and the power of energy that defines our story that we can bring on your table for you to become a chemical plant of the future. So with that as a basis, I would want to give you a quick synopsis of what I see or what we see as a plant of the future will look like. So it has to be energy efficient, right? I cannot walk into your door and say, you know, you can run and consume the energy you want. I've been to many customers who say, yeah, my energy cost is so high, right? Has to be energy efficient. You need a lot of transparency and visibility. We spoke to a customer last week in Mumbai. He said, Irfan, I got 450 lines. I got multiple sites. I get the report from the facility, but I do not know what is really happening on the shop floor. I want to see in my office what's really happening, whether it's energy consumption or whether it's pollution or whether it's the people safety. So I want to know. So this is the second piece. Third is engineering efficiency. We are moving in a stage where we have to be more and more efficient, right from the feasibility till the execution and optimization. So that's the third piece. Fourth piece is on how the plants can become more and more autonomous and flexible. And for fifth, last but not the least, is how to be more and more safe and secure. Because as we start the day today with safety, I really like it. Safety is the basis of all that we build. You cannot have the best of the plant in the world, but if it's not safe, this is not going to work. This is my session for today. So first of all, on the first point on the energy and the, energy and automation. So we are, and I was in a plant for many, many years. There's an electrical department and there's an automation department. I was sitting in substation 2 and electrical was in substation 5. But now what we're doing, we're bringing the power of automation and electrical together. We are digitally connecting the automation and energy in a plant together to increase the value for you, to reduce the risk, to improve the energy usage, and also reduce a lot of downtime. To give you an example, we can work with you to design your electrical systems before you implement them. So the team can look into redesigning, reevaluating the single line diagrams, and we can help you to relook into your asset that you're buying. And we can look into eliminating all the wiring that you do between your electrical system, motor, MCCs, and with automation. That has been an old practice, but now we are talking about transforming, right? So we're talking about the power of power and process power, where we can really connect automation and energy together. And last but not the least, we also have e-houses. So some of the customers who want modular solutions, we can put all into one boxes, plug and play. So we reduce the amount of space that you need in the plant, right? We reduce the amount of energy that you will consume, and we can optimize the design. This is the power of EcoStruxure, power and process. We also have the capability in terms of our execution. We have multiple execution centers around the world. We can lead the execution of electrical and your automation system under one umbrella, making sure that you have right drawings, you have right digital database, and it goes smooth and seamless throughout the whole life cycle. Second piece, I think, Naveen has spoken quite well on this, is about the transparency and visibility, right? Bringing the data from the shop floor, bringing the data right from the top floor, and then bring data hub. This is a centralized repository of your information, and it doesn't have to be a Schneider control system. It can be any control system. This is agnostic solution. You can have these capabilities in your site irrespective of the control system that you're operating with. So we bring this data in a central location, and then of the power of the Unified Operations Center, that you can look into all your sites, all your units within the plant, but all your sites across pan-India. We have got customers who are seeing this information from multiple geographies. So this is the power of bringing the visibility to your control rooms and to your business rooms. Third is about digital twin. We spoke about the capability of Aviva to bring in the industry digital twin using our Aviva portfolio. But remember, as a company, we are talking about Triad. I told you, Aviva brings the power of process simulation, but then we also bring the power of electrical simulation. You can also simulate the electrical systems with a solution called an ETAP. You can also simulate your mechanical structures using a solution called a RIB. So when it comes to the plant, you need mechanical systems, processes, and electrical systems. We have the digital solutions that can help you to make the one twin for the whole plant. So this is the whole plant twin that will be there as a one database and stays throughout the cycle of the plant. You can pick this discussion at any point, at any stage you are in. You can design the plant, you can do the what-if analysis, and you can also optimize the plant as you go in the long run. So this is the one twin that will be available for you throughout the plant cycle, throughout the plant life cycle of a chemical plant. The fourth, an important element for me, and especially, I'm more attached to it because I spent most of my life, doing instrumentation control, DCS, and so on and so forth. Historically, we have been tied to the type of hardware you buy from any supplier, but this is the time of transformation. The time has come where we have to reimagine the automation, right? We need automation systems that are open. We need automation systems that are democratized, which means technology should be available for everybody, right? It should not be the age-old languages that only me or some of my seniors can understand. We need languages, we need software and technology that is easily accessible to the young generation, right? How many of the young guys want to come into a chemical plant? Many of them want to go to software, right? Because there is a natural attraction to that type of industry. We have to make the technology much easier to access, right, in the chemical sector. And last but not least is empowering. We need to have purpose-driven technology. We need to have innovation-driven technology. So this is the power of reimagining the automation. We are working with something called as open automation. This is to drive the open concept, which means you need system that can work with each other, irrespective of the hardware that is being supplied. We are partner of Universal Automation. If you will Google, you'll find out what's happening with Universal Automation. And with that, this is the typical landscape of what an automation will look like. Traditionally, it has been an IT solutions, very proprietary and hardware locked, including our own systems, right? If you buy my software, you buy my hardware, right? And if you buy somebody else's hardware, you buy their software. The problem that you face now, more after COVID, is that the huge pressure on the supply chain, right? If I don't supply the hardware to you, or if somebody else does not supply hardware to you for 1 year, you are just locked. What Universal Automation is doing, we are unlocking this. So now this is going to break the lock between the software and the hardware, right? What does it mean? It means that you can buy the hardware from anywhere, and you buy software from anybody who is complying to open automation. This software will work with any of the hardware, something like your Android software that works on any of the hardware phones, right? So this is what we are working on. It brings a lot of transparency, it brings a lot of interoperability, and it brings a lot of portability, right? Today you have a plant here, you want to bring your database to another plant, you don't have to worry about the hardware. You buy hardware from any of the open automation compliant hardware supplier, and this will work as smoothly as it will, right? So this is the power of open automation, and this is the power of making the plants more and more autonomous, right? Giving you more and more flexibility and giving you more transparency on how automation can be designed, right? This is what we see as one of the elements as we build the chemical plants of the future. And last but not the least, which is very important for me to articulate here, is that you cannot automate a plant if you don't think of the safety, right? As we start the day today. So safety is the basis of all our conversation. We spoke about AI, we spoke about open automation, I spoke about engineering efficiency, but if you do not build it on the foundation blocks of a safety of a plant, this is not really going to help, especially industries like chemical, which are energy intensive, pollution intensive, emissions, and we have got people, safety, a lot of stuff is happening. We have to think of safety of the plant. Now, we are number one in the control safety and the shutdown systems around the world. Triconex is one of our blue chip brand around the world. But now the time has come to think about safety again, because the safety incidents are still rising. Okay, this is the global index. We also see new technologies, new processes, which will bring new risk, which means that now there is another aspect of safety which we have not thought of, right? And then the whole digital divide, because on one side we have a traditional automation, on the other side I have told you this is an open automation. So how do we bridge the gap between this and this? I was talking to Professor Joshi in Mumbai last week, and he said, Irfan, it is good to have an automation, open automation, as long as you ensure the safety of the plant, right? So what are we talking about is, we really have to understand the hazards, and we have to mitigate the risk, right? And safety is not only limited to HAZOP studies, right? Historically, we have been doing the process studies and HAZOP studies with the study. I did many of them with the drawings and diagrams and system drawings and so on. We had to look at electrical HAZOP. We had to look at the cyber HAZOP. What about the cyber secure? Is your plant secured? There have been many plants who have been down just in fractions. It takes 46 seconds for someone to hack your plant the moment system comes live. And is a separate topic. So I'm here today. We can talk more about the cyber security. My point is, when you want to look at safety, take a step back and look at the process safety, but also the cyber safety and also the electrical safety. So it's a combination of process, cyber, and electrical safety that is the wider definition of safety of a process plant, right? Then we go into the power of digital twin, because we have these available database and available tools that can help you to simulate the scenarios. So your HAZOP is not only a paper conversation. Your HAZOP is really a very intensive and a comprehensive conversation with the usage of digital twin, because now you have the twin that can work using electrical simulator, process simulator, and the mechanical simulator, right? So you can really do the HAZOP of your plant much more intensively and much more clearly. Last but not the least, we have an enhanced layer of protection, which means that we will bring the power of electrical and automation together, hence creating a safety network. And then on top of that, we have the safety systems like Tricon X, which is really there from many years, still bringing the same safety as it was bringing before. So this is the three-step approach of rethinking about the process safety, on top of what we are doing as far as the industrial automation and automation is concerned. Now, I just want to probably leave with the last slide here on how do we engage with you as customers, right? All that 5 pillars that I spoke about, how do I bring it to you? So we have created AI Hub. There are like 450 people working as AI experts within that AI Hub. We can do that type of consulting with you. We have sustainability consulting teams working very closely with Aveva and us to come to you and help you building the sustainability roadmap. We also have created Center of Excellence for Chemicals, right? Where we can work on very niche requirements for you and then deliver that to you. We also have digital transformation consulting, which means we can work with you, understanding your process and helping you build a roadmap of digital transformation depending on what are your operational requirements. And last but not the least is co-innovation, which means we have a lot of solutions. You saw today we have a lot of solutions, but if we don't have solutions, we can work with you to develop the solutions for you, custom develop with you and co-innovate with you. So if you're open to work with us, last week in Mumbai, we launched something called a smart mixer. This is a mechanical mixer used in the paints and coating industry, and the partner Camdis told us that all these customers are facing difficulty because these are dummy mixers. We need to put brain on top of that. So we have put open automation and AI-enabled brain algorithm on top of a mechanical mixer. And we launched it last week, and it was really being discussed a lot. It has come in the media. So these are the co-innovations that we are driving with our customers. If you have any of the requirements in your plant, if you have any problems in your plant, which you think that some of the solutions we have cannot resolve, we are even open to co-innovate with you. This is my message, that we can work together with you. And as a company, I do not want to go too much into that. Schneider is working with a lot of partners. We work with universities. We work with startups. We do with a lot of investments we do around. We are globally located. So, not only salespeople, right? We have our engineering centers. We have our R&D centers. We have our the global supply chain in every country that we operate. So you will get a lot of support definitely from Aveva and Schneider together, and you will see us present when it comes to the requirements of your plant. But it all starts with with you working with us together, so that we can bring more and more solutions to you, and we help you building a sustainable and chemical plant of the future. So with that, this was my quick rush of the session today. Any questions, more than welcome, and I'm here for the day. Thank you once again.